Today, Bill Shanks is fired up about the Georgia Bulldogs this week.
After a big loss to Boise State this weekend, he says the writing's on the wall for Coach Richt. Here's this week's BS Report.
I'm talking to you today not as a journalist, as an analyst on the radio, or a Telegraph columnist, or a radio TV boy, but as a University of Georgia graduate and fan. I'm upset of what I saw on Saturday night at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta when the Georgia Bulldogs got beat to Boise State. It wasn't that they just got beat, it was how they got beat. If they had come out and played hard and simply got beat by a better team, that would be one thing. I would probably be talking about something else, the Braves lineup or something like that on the report this week. But instead, I'm talking about a lack of effort and a team that wasn't prepared to play in a big game that they wanted to have because they wanted to be on a national stage. Mark Richt has said for the last couple of months that he was energized, wanted to learn more about football, and was given more time because of less administrative duties to go out there and get his team prepared to win football games. And yet, on the first series on the offense on Saturday night, they had 2 false start penalties, and then when they lined up to have the punt after the failed first series on offense, they didn't have enough men on the field. 3 penalties in a matter of a few moments. And you knew right off the bat that Boise State was going to have their way with the Bulldogs. Really, the 35-21 score was not even indicative of how bad the game was for Georgia. They should have been blown out by 4 or 5 touchdowns. It was that bad of a game for them. And it all goes back to something that I've been hollering about on the radio for a couple of months, really for a whole year, and that is an offensive line. You cannot lose, or win rather, in the SEC with a bad line of scrimmage. And Georgia's offensive line is awful. They lost one of their offensive linemen the other night, and that made the running game obsolete. That made Aaron Murray look mediocre, and then all of a sudden they had to turn to their defense. And then Alec Ogletree, one of their linebackers they were counted on, got hurt. They had to turn to a walk-on to go out there and to try to salvage the game for the defense against a team with a very good quarterback in Kellen Moore, and it couldn't happen. But it was the way they played, the way they looked, the way they lost that makes you know that Mark Richt, the head coach of the University of Georgia, is a lame duck. He is not going to make it. The reaction from the fans this week has been vulgar and violent because they're tired of it. And as a fan of the Georgia Bulldogs and a grad, I'm tired of it too. He's making $2.9 million. He's had 10 good years, and it's over. The run is over. They'll lose this weekend in South Carolina. They'll have a mediocre season, and at the end of the year, they'll have a new head football coach. And that's probably exactly what they need. And we saw that by their play on Saturday night.